Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. I have an update on things that are transpiring to transition us into the beast system. I listened to this video the other day from Prophecy Again TV, and I'd like to share it with you because it adds some other pieces that we are not necessarily aware of here in America, because a lot of the infrastructure that is being created and tested isn't happening here in the United States. It's happening in other countries like India, China, South Africa, some places in South America, the UK and Europe. But there are, some things that are happening here in the United States, but they're really quiet, hush hush. But these things have been out for quite some time, and they're being tested in other places. But I wanted to share with you these new tools that will be used in the beast system, which will determine whether or not we are adhering to the Sunday laws or Sabbath once those things are instituted. So, first, the economy needs to collapse. Things need to fall apart. You need chaos so you can bring the order. Once the order is here, they'll institute the digital currency, the digital ID, and then the technology that will be used or must be used to track us. Add to that any genetics or biotech that's also going to play a role in it, or what we eat, what types of solutions or interventions given to us. And, that's pretty much the system. They will have everything in place. So listen to this video about what is coming. We're gonna have to start crying out to the Most High because this thing is upon us. It's coming really fast, and I don't see how we're going to be able to avoid this. So let me play this video for you.
Where's the first place you would go to find God's order? Beginning all the way to the end of a sequence. Where? Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2. That's God's order. Amen, friends? 6 days labor, and the seventh day what? Rest on God's Sabbath. So all this talk about a new world order. Where are these things tending? What is the end result? The counterfeit of God's order. Okay? Sunday rest, Sunday worship. Take a look at this. Are you ready for a new world order? Let's start right here.
And the title of this session, are we ready for a new world order?
Now, when was that done? What year? 2022 at the World Government Summit. Okay. Now, in 2023, the Trilateral Commission declares 2023 is year one of this new global order. Year one. I don't know if it's a 2-year sequence or 7 years, but year one. Year one. And based on God's order, it's 6 days and 1. That's 7. 2023 plus 7 gives you what? 2030. The Trilateral Commission houses the most influential people in the whole world. Politics, financiers, art, entertainment, all of it. Year one.
And it's not about...
What underpins this new world government, new world order?
And it's not about the U.S. versus China. It's about what underpins a world order is always the financial system. I was very privileged. My father was an advisor to Nixon when they came off the gold standard in 71. And so I was brought up with a kind of inside view of how very important the financial structure is to absolutely everything else. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one. And the new one, the new accounting, is what we call blockchain. It means digital. It means having a almost perfect record of every single transaction that happens in the economy, which will give us far greater clarity over what's going on. It also raises huge dangers in terms of the balance of power between states and citizens. In my opinion, we're going to need a digital constitution of human rights if we're going to have digital money.
Friends, today I'm going to share some things with you that will make your bones in your body, your bones get cold. Watch this. This is April 21st, 2023. When was that? Yesterday. This is a meeting of two prominent, powerful institutions. IMF, that's International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. Watch this. Speakers at a seminar during the recent spring meetings of Bretton Woods. When have you ever heard of Bretton Woods? Have you ever read the book Secret Terrorist by Bill Hughes? Bretton Woods. All right. World War I, World War II. All right. Okay. Bretton Woods. All right. IMF, World Bank shared thoughts on how nations can advance their economic and what? Digital transformation ambitions by building inclusive, watch this, don't forget this, it's called digital public infrastructure. Don't forget that term. They stress the importance of what now? A digital ID, yes, the systems, as well as other factors such as internet, which can enhance digital connectivity. Watch this. This man was there at this IMF meeting. He's from India, I believe. He will give you what he calls the gem trinity. The whole new world order, new world, is built on three technological systems. Number one, a digital ID. Number two, where's my cell phone? A cell phone. And number three is going to be CBDC. Watch this. Listen attentively.
See, I think if you think what if you think what are the tools of the new world? See, I think if you think what are the tools of the new world, everybody should have a digital ID, everybody should have a bank account, everybody should have a smartphone.
Okay.
Then anything can be done. Everything else is built on that.
Because we were talking about this before we came onto the panel.
All right, so did y'all hear that? So he said everybody should have a digital ID, a cell phone, and a bank account. And that's all you need because everything else is already done. Everything else will be taken care of. So these are going to be tools of the beast system used to track us. If you have a digital ID, it will have to be on a tablet or a phone. It will require internet access at all times, which is why, I was telling you about the people the government was trying to make sure that poor people have cell phones, and it started with the Obama administration. So that's why all the Obama phones were given out, and now they've done the free tablets and computers, and they're still doing cell phones. They added internet access, free or low cost internet access in every home. During the pandemic, they made sure that people were locked down. Kids had to go to school. You needed internet access. The schools were giving out computers. Wi-Fi hotspots. So this whole entire New World Order is again linked to Web 3.0 and the Internet of Things. So we're going to be constantly tracked. And, I'm not going to play this whole video, but I want you to watch the whole thing. I will put it in the description because there are a lot of things that you will need to think about and consider fairly quickly because things are changing at a rapid pace and we're all going to have to decide what we're going to do. They say you have to have a digital ID to get into the grocery store to buy groceries. Are you going to do that? Do you participate until you have to decide whether or not, you have to participate in the Eco Sabbath on Sunday instead of Saturday? If you are an Israelite, that's problematic. It means that you're breaking the covenant. If you are a Sunday worshiper, you may just be cool with not working and having a day off on earth, but your behind gonna be hot if you're a Christian. You think you're gonna go to heaven. You're gonna be here during the tribulation because you're gonna have to make a choice. So there are lots of things that we all have to consider, and I just wanted to pose the question or give you the things to think about now, so that when the time comes, you're not caught unaware.
The three basic things: a smartphone, a bank account, and a digital ID.
Yes.
That's where every nation.
In India, it's been named by the Prime Minister the Jam Trinity. Jandan, which is the bank account, Aadhaar, the ID, and mobile.
That shouldn't cost that much.
Nothing.
Did you catch his Jam Trinity? What's the first one? J. Bank account, which is CBDC. It's all digital. What's number 2? The Aadhaar, which is the digital ID. Number 3, cell phone, Wi-Fi. Watch this, friends. Listen again. I'm going to break them down. Watch, listen.
Named by the Prime Minister the Jam Trinity. Jandan, which is the bank account, Aadhaar, the ID, and mobile.
That shouldn't cost that much.
Nothing.
And everything is built on what? The whole structure. Listen.
See, I think if you think what are the tools of the new world, everybody should have a digital ID, everybody should have a bank account, everybody should have a smartphone.
How about people, especially the older folks, down on my volume, please. The older folks who were somewhat, they were comfortable with life without a cell phone. Kindly, I said that. But because of the system and the world we're living in, they had to move away from their not so smart cell phones to what? A smartphone, or else they would be cut off from society, the New World Order. And it sounds good. We all need a cell phone. We all need digital IDs. We all need, now what? CBDC. Everything is built on these 3 systems. Watch this. What now? Watch this.
Named by the Prime Minister the Jam Trinity. Jandan. Named by the Prime Minister the Jam Trinity. Jandan, which is the bank account, Aadhaar, the ID, and mobile.
That shouldn't cost that much.
Nothing.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there because he's going to go through it a couple of times. But there's some really good things in this video, some things to consider. I just want to put this out there that this is happening in India and other parts of the world, but it is coming here. It's coming here last. It will probably come after we collapse. Some of the things they've already instituted, like the digital tools, they've made sure, and they're still making sure that internet access is everywhere. It is, in rural communities, they had all this money in the infrastructure bill where they laid broadband internet lines all throughout the country in rural areas. in suburban areas. Schools were awarded grants, and they were in low income communities, making sure that poor people get access to the internet with hotspots, tablets that were Wi Fi connected, same with computers or laptops. So, it's going to be really difficult for us to escape this connectivity. But what we must do is try to figure out how we are going to live outside of this system, even in the short term, because if you accept any of it, you're going to be on the hook for the big stuff. It's not like you're going to be able to opt out. And, if you practice living a dumbed down life, I hate to say digital, and tech and smart and dumb, but all this technology, I call it smart tech because it connects to everything. It's basically telling on you. So if you get the dumb stuff like we used to have back in the day, things that are not connected to the internet, doesn't have any chips in it, it doesn't have any GPS that tells on you, no tracking system. That is what we need to be looking into because this system is going to continue to be prying on us. It's going to be spying on us all the time. And if we don't do what they want us to do, they're going to cut off your money. You're going to go to the store, your card is not going to work, or your digital ID, your biometric, um, identification will not work. So this is happening. It's happening all over the world right now as we speak. And, you know, because we are being censored, we're not able to really see what's happening and get the real time stories from a lot of citizens around the globe who are experiencing what it's like living in this digital hell. But, what we need to do is continue to prepare, continue to pray and cry out to the Most High because we ain't getting out of this. It's got to be some type of supernatural exodus because I just don't see how we are going to get out of this. I just don't. So again, I don't want you to be fearful. I just want you to pray harder, pray sincerely, pray frequently, cry out often, because there's no way we're going to be able to navigate this by ourselves. It's going to be real hard, especially for Black folks who have not been preparing at all. If you haven't prepared before the economy collapses, you're not going to be able to buy groceries when things collapse because everything's going to be expensive. You won't have money for water. You may not have money for all of your bills. Some things are going to go back. You may not be able to afford your car payment. You might have to use public transportation. It may require you to have a digital ID, or accept the CBDC and go cashless. I don't know what is going to happen, what it will look like, but it's going to be difficult for a lot of people to decline this beast infrastructure. So whatever you do, don't just sit around and think you'll be fine. It's gonna be an easy decision. It's not gonna be an easy decision, especially if you have children, especially if you got, family and friends who didn't prepare. You've been warning them for years and then the bottom falls out. They didn't prepare and they don't know what to do. And you have to give them the alternative. You choose life now and eternal damnation, or life later and eternal life later. Um, it's just not getting pretty. It's hard now. So anyway, I don't want to prolong the video. Please look at this video in its entirety. It's a really good just a really good conversation about hard choices we're all going to have to make, especially Yasharel. If you are, true Israel, you're trying to keep the Sabbath and not get these marks, be able to survive through whatever until the Most High comes and collects us. You're gonna have to make a choice, and so we need to know what options are out there. And this video touches on quite a few of them, and I'm grateful for it. So, with that said, y'all, please, please, please do your due diligence. Don't sleep on all the international stuff that's coming out. Don't worry about what's on the mainstream news because it is not anything you need to know about. The things that we need to know about, you know, channels don't even hardly have any followers. But I found that those channels have some of the best content now and they're being suppressed. So do your due diligence, find good info, find good content, find things that are going to teach you and help you navigate this coming beast system because it is really, really, really upon us. And it's not anything nice. That's all I can say. All right, please like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to Prophecy Again. They do a daily update about different things going on in the beast system. And if I don't watch it live every day, I always watch the replay, but I get more information from some of these SDA channels than I do any place else. I look at a variety of content. I look at all different types of content. But when it comes to the New World Order and understanding this beast infrastructure, I would say hands down, Straight Line, SDA, and Prophecy Again TV give me some of the best information about what's going on that is on the internet, hands down. So look for good people to get your content from. Stay away from mainstream if you can. There are going to be some things that you can glean from mainstream, but don't let it be your source, your primary source, because these sites are out here misleading the people, and a lot of people are going to be deceived because that's Satan's job. All right, take care, do your due diligence, and I'm